to my channel. Hope you're all well. Today's video is going to be a random one, so I do apologise if you don't like talking about periods or monthlies or the girl talk. So if you don't want to talk about anything girly sort of stuff, then this video isn't for you, so turn off, go away. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I will be giving my review, I guess, or an overall catch up with you guys about the Mooncup. For those who don't know, the Mooncup is a menstrual cup. It's a reusable menstrual cup. It's kind of like the USA. It's kind of like the American version of the Diva cup. So when I was over Florida, I saw this advertised on the TV and I was literally like, what the hell? Went into Walmart and they were like $40 and I thought, oh no, I can't justify spending that. I was gonna rather spend it on makeup, let's be honest. So back in the UK, I did my research and I found a UK version of the Mooncup. And I have tried it. Obviously I was waiting for the right time of the month to use it, and that's over with, so I thought I'd give my review on the cup itself. So you can grab one of these on the internet for $19.99, and I don't know about a lot of other women, but I would usually about spend £10 every month buying tampons, sanitary towels myself. But that's just how my flow is, I guess. So it says, why Mooncup? Healthier, the Mooncup does not leave fibres behind or dry you out. Unlike most common sanitary products, it contains no pesticides or bleaches. Greener, one woman uses at least 11,000 throwaway sanitary products a lifetime, which will end up in landfill or in the sea. So it's going to be so much greener for the environment, and it's going to be cheaper. You only need one Mooncup, which lasts 4 years. So that's going to save me loads of money in a year, spending £10 every month. It gives you 8 hours protection. It's reusable and lasts for years, and just one Mooncup covers light to super plus days, and it's made in the UK. And there's 2 sizes to the Mooncup, and basically it's a B or an A, and A is if you're, it looks like 30 years or older, if you've given vaginal birth, and if you're under 18, if you're under 30, you need a B, and if you've given birth via cesarean, then you'll need a B cup as well. So I think personally, just on the environment aspect of it, it's great to try out just in itself, just for that. It's scary to think that all women's wastage and how many women are actually on the planet, that's going to go in the sea or in landfill. That's pretty scary numbers. But also after using it, it's amazing. Literally, it's amazing. I never look forward to my periods, but with this, I actually won't mind them coming along every month. The main reason why I wanted to try the Mooncup and Mooncup now is I've basically just started a new job and it's very fast paced, and I didn't want to have to make a bad impression by keep going to the toilet to change my tampon, sanitary towel, whatever, and like going into the whole like locker to get it, to then go to the toilet. It takes a lot of time. So shoving this up basically every day, and it lasts up to 8 hours, which is basically an entire shift for me, is amazing, and it worked wonders. So as I was going through my period, I did make notes on my phone just so I wouldn't forget when talking and reviewing it with you guys. So now we've got all the details out the way, I'm going to show you what it looks like and then kind of like my time I had with it. So this is the Mooncup. It comes like this. You will get an instruction booklet, and then it comes in a little breathable bag like this, and I will get it out. Don't worry guys, it's clean, and it looks like this. That is basically it, and this is the size B, and it just sits like that. You do have to trim this so it doesn't poke out of your vajayjay. but that is what you pull it out with, and it is quite long. I had to trim off quite a bit of it. So that's how long it comes, and I had to trim off that much. It sits lower than a tampon, so it does feel a bit strange your first attempt shoving it up, but kind of you do get used to it after a few attempts. So what is the Mooncup? The Mooncup is an original, soft, medical grade silicone menstrual cup designed by women as the convenient, safe and eco-friendly alternatives to tampons and pads. So my time with the Mooncup, so my first day of my period is the worst. I don't know anybody else who has it quite as bad as I do. Maybe you're the same, but it is the most horrific ever day of every month that I have. I am normally in bed. Sometimes I'm sick, headaches with it, and I don't know if anyone knows what diced beef looks like, but basically that is what falls out of my nunny. So yeah, basically I get rather bad, I think it's clotting, but to me I just call it diced beef because that is literally what it looks like. But I do get bad clotting on only my first day. So I wrote some notes down and it says, come on, heavy as normal. I did put in the Mooncup for 2 hours, just for 2 hours, and it overflowed. So if you can imagine that this is supposed to, if you can imagine, this cup can last you up to 8 hours, and that filled up in 2 hours on my first day of my first time ever using it. So I was a bit disheartened to begin with because I was like, oh really, 2 hours? But I completely get it's because my first day is abnormal to most people. It's not normal at all. So yeah, on my first day I had it in for 2 hours and it overflowed. My first day is horrendous. Clots, etc., like I've gone through, was easy to apply. You kind of get the hang of it and you know where it sits after some time. Completely get that. So after I've took it out for 2 hours, I put it back up and I felt it was weird. I don't know why I did it. Call me like retarded, but the first time I put it up, I stood up. I stood up to insert this thing up my vagina, and yeah, I shouldn't have done it. So basically, apply it as you would as a tampon, sit on the toilet and put it up. It's so much easier and it kind of sits better, so that's one good tip to do. Don't stand up. But after time you kind of know where it sits and it's in the right position and it's not gonna leak. But yeah, I couldn't wear it as my period was too heavy, so I kind of can justify it that my periods are just heavy on my first day, so I kind of cancelled out day one, even though it says literally to super plus days. I don't know if I'm literally super plus day on my first day, but it couldn't handle my day one of my period basically. And then day two, it was lighter than yesterday. As normal, it kind of lightens up straight away after day one. Cramps get better, everything. So I used it straight away. Put the Mooncup in at 6 AM, wore a pad for extra protection because I didn't know whether it's going to leak. Like I said, you're not really like that safe on periods, are you? You're not safe. You've got to have that extra protection, I think anyway. So I wore a pad for extra protection. It leaked a bit, but nothing major. Could be expected until I know how the cup fits. So basically on day two, I wasn't sure if it was in the right position, and maybe that's why I got some leakage. So I would definitely say, if it's your first time using the cup, definitely just put a sanitary towel or a panty liner in, just for that added protection. It would just make you feel more at ease. And then, because we know that the more stressed we are, the period seems to flow more. God, it's hard being a girl. So yeah, I put the cup in at 6 AM and I emptied it at 3 PM. So that's that's more than 8 hours, so that's good. So after I got home from work was a full cup, so it lasted over 8 hours. So I wore it from 6 till 3 p.m, so it lasted over 8 hours for me of protection. Leaked a little bit on the second day because I didn't know how the cup fitted, and then after that, because obviously I wasn't at work and didn't need that protection, I just wore a pad after that, so I knew that it would last up to 8 hours. That was my goal to find out. So my periods last about 5, 6, 7ish days. So I wore it to day 1, obviously way too heavy. Day 2, day 3, day 4, work to dream, and then by day 5, day 6, depending how the flow is going, it is very, very light, so you do need a bit of lubrication to whack it up there. So I just felt a sanitary towel was enough protection for me on my last days as it was slowing down. But all in all, it is an amazing product, and now that I've used it, I kind of want to tell everybody, which is why I've made this video. I know it's a bit different. So all in all, I would definitely recommend grabbing the Mooncup if you are looking for an alternative to tampons and sanitary towels. If you're like me in a fast-paced job and you need that extra protection and you don't want to make a bad impression while you're at work, then it's definitely an amazing product to go purchase. So thanks for watching this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment below if you do like these sort of reviews. I know it's a bit different to what I normally do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you leave, and I'll see you next time. Bye.